Hello my darlings, happy Monday. Today we are going to start reading the Just So stories. Short stories for little people. I had these read to me when I was your age and I hope you really enjoy them. The first one is all about the whale. How the whale got his throat. In the sea once upon a time, oh my best beloved, there was a whale, and he ate fish. He ate the starfish and the garfish and the crab and the dab and the plaice and the dace and the skate and his mate and the mackerel and the pickerel and the really, truly, twirly-whirly eel. All the fishes he could find in all the sea he ate with his mouth, till at last there was only one small fish left in all the sea, and he was a small stoop-fish. And he swam a little behind the whale's right ear, so as to be out of harm's way. Then the whale stood up on his tail and said, "I'm hungry." And the small stoop-fish said in a small stoop voice, "Noble and generous cetacean, have you ever tasted man?" "No," said the whale. "What is it like?" "Nice," said the small fish. "Nice but nubbly." "Then fetch me some," said the whale, and he made the sea froth up with his tail. "One at a time is enough," said the stoop-fish. "If you swim to latitude 50 north, longitude 40 west, you will find, sitting on a raft in the middle of the sea, a shipwrecked mariner, who it is only fair to tell you is a man of infinite resources." So the whale swam and swam as fast as he could swim, and on the raft in the middle of the sea he found one stranded mariner, trailing his toes in the water. Then the whale opened his mouth back and back and back, till it nearly touched his tail, and he swallowed the shipwrecked mariner. Oh no, look! There's the whale swallowing the man! Oh no! But as soon as the mariner, who was a man of infinite resources, found himself truly inside the whale's warm, dark inside cupboards, he stumped and he jumped and he thumped and he bumped and he pranced and he danced and he banged and he clanged and he hit and he bit and he leapt and he creeped and he prowled and he howled and he hopped and he dropped and he cried and he sighed and he crawled and he bawled and he stepped and he leapt and he danced hornpipes where he shouldn't, and the whale felt most unhappy indeed. So he's gibbling around in his tummy. So he said to the stoop-fish, "This man is very nubbly, and besides he is making me hiccup. What shall I do?" "Tell him to come out," said the stoop-fish. So the whale called down his own throat to the shipwrecked mariner, "Come out and behave yourself. I've got the hiccups." "Nay, nay," said the mariner. "Not so, but far otherwise. Take me to my natal shore and the white cliffs of Albion, and I'll think about it." And he began to dance evermore. "You had better take him home," said the stoop-fish to the whale. "I ought to have warned you that he is a man of infinite resources." So the whale swam and swam and swam with both flippers and his tail as hard as he could for the hiccups, and at last he saw the mariner's natal shore and the white cliffs of Albion, and he rushed halfway up the beach and opened his mouth wide and wide and wide and said, "Change here for Winchester." And just like that the mariner walked out of his mouth. But while the whale had been swimming, the mariner, who was indeed a person of infinite resources, had made a raft, and he dragged that grating good and tight into the whale's throat, and there it stuck. Then he recited the following words, which as you have not heard, I will now proceed to relate. "By means of grating I have stopped you ating." For the mariner, he was also an Hibernian, and he stepped out on the shingle and went home to his mother, who had given him leave to trail his toes in the water, and he married and lived happily ever after. So did the whale, but from that day on the grating in his throat, which he could neither cough up nor swallow down, prevented him eating anything except very, very small fish. So the man stopped him eating him, but all he can eat now is fish, which is what whales eat. Is the reason why whales nowadays never eat men or boys or little girls. The small stoop-fish went and hid himself in the mud under the dorsal's of the equator. He was afraid that the whale might be angry with him. The sail took the jackknife home. He was wearing his blue canvas breeches when he walked out on the shingle. The suspenders were left behind, you see, to tie the grating with, and that is the end of that tale. When the cabin portholes are dark and green because of the seas outside, when the ship goes whop with a wiggle between, and the steward falls into the soup tureen, and the trunks begin to slide, when Nursey lies on the floor in a heap, and Mummy tells you to let her sleep, and you aren't waked or washed or dressed, why then you will know, if you haven't guessed, you're 50 north and 40 west, which is where the whale lives. I hope you enjoyed that little silly short story. Our next one tomorrow is How the Camel Got His Hump. Ooh. Have a lovely rest of your day, whatever you are doing. Enjoy tomorrow, whatever that may bring you, and I will see you later. Bye, guys.